Hey guys, it's Ben here with MTM. We're going to go over today water filtration and one really cool product that I got in that kind of inspired this video. It's going to be a medium to short length video and just going over water purification, some of the ways that have been around for quite some time, and then again, the one thing that I got that's really cool, that's really special, that I think that you should get. Not shilling for them, I don't have any connection with them at all, but it's really cool technology that you can use for many applications. So let's get into this. One of the very well-known things is purification tablets. These are meant for a specific amount of water and they have an expiration date. So let's say that, I forget how much these are used for, I think maybe about 1 liter or so. But you drop one of these tablets in 1 liter of water, and if you need 2 liters purified, you put 2 tablets in. These things are great for putting in a backpack, putting in a pocket. They are not used for large quantities of water, so just basically water bottles and stuff like that. Great for backpacking and just keeping in a, when you're trying to be mindful of space. Again, this is not for a large amount of water. Say you're at home, you would not use these for your whole family for a month if you need to filter water for that long. They come in these little packs here, and they also come in these little bottles here. One of these is for purification. I think that's this white bottle here. And this other one is so that the water doesn't taste strange. It is for if there's a lot of, I believe it's sodium. It's when the water tastes very irony. I think I think it's actually iron in the water. So these are great. One thing to note though with those tablets is that if you have a water bottle and you purify it, I actually have this from a long time ago when I was backpacking in New Mexico. I had a couple of these in black. The black duct tape signifies dirty water. So if you're in a stream, you would collect water in this to be purified later on. And then once it's purified, you can transfer that over into another water bottle. Now, one thing to note is that when you filter water in a water bottle like this, for instance, you can still get contaminated by dirty water from the lid. So right here, a lot of people don't realize that. They'll filter their water, they'll wait 30 minutes, which is about the time that it takes to filter this water, and they'll start drinking, and they won't realize that the water around the rim that you're sipping from is still contaminated, and they'll still get dysentery and crap like that. So what you're going to want to do actually is, once you have dropped the water tablets in the water, you're going to want to turn it upside down and slowly take the lid off until water starts to pour out, kind of like it is right now, of the lid, and pours out the seams. That will purify the dirty water like that. That'll purify the dirty water around the cap as well as the threads of the bottle itself. So just something to note for that. Again, these tablets are more for individual use than for a group setting. Next, we move on to a purification straw. This is more like a survival type of instrument. You use this. They make some of these where you can screw them onto water bottles or collapsible water bottles, so you can gather water from a stream and drink it as you go. This one is not, however. You just are supposed to dip this life straw into a stream for survival cases. These are great for just that survival. They're not really good for anything else. It's really difficult to drink through these. This is for emergency cases only. I would not recommend drinking through these. I have used these a couple times and they're just not great. Again, for individual use. Now we have something like this. This I would also really recommend. This is a gravity water filter here. You're supposed to dump water in the top. It has this pre-filter that takes out some of the larger contaminants, and then it goes through this funnel here and goes down to this filter here, and good water comes out of this blue spout here. Bad water, or water that you had just poured in that you're filtering out, goes through this red one. This is also used to purify the actual filter, which is this blue part here. This is great for community settings and family settings. Set it up in your kitchen and pour water into it as needed when you need to filter it. Obviously, this is bulky. This is, you can see by my hand, I have pretty normal size hands, and it is extremely bulky. So you would not want to take this camping or anything like that. This is not really a mobile setup. However, if you're taking it into the woods to camp out for a week, that's where this would probably do just fine. But again, not for like tough backpacking here. This is great. This has a long lifespan of use. I think it has a couple thousand gallons worth in the filter, and then again, I'm pretty sure you can purge the filter to make it able to be used for longer. Now, again, so we have individual use like tablets, where they're great, they're very mobile, but they can't do a whole bunch of water. And then you have these filters where they're great, but they're bulky and they're time consuming because it takes a lot of time for the water to go through the filter. Now this thing that I have here is the H2GO. It retails for $114, I think 120 something shipped. And this is really cool. It is solar. You can also charge it in the back here with USB. And it uses electronics to basically turn a solution that I'll show you how to make, or at least tell you how to make, turn a solution into a brine, which can then purify water. So you would make, you would take a solution, put it in here, and then pour this into a larger container to purify that water. So kind of like the tablets over here, but what's really cool about this, and here's the cool part about it, is that it just takes normal table salt. As you can see, it has a container storage here on this side, as well as the other side. And you would mix it in this little container. You don't have to use this, it's not needed, but it helps. And you fill salt up to this line here, and then you fill the rest with water. Doesn't have to be clean water. It obviously can be dirty water, but this creates the brine that you then would drip into this little chamber here. Now, once the brine is dripped into that chamber, you can leave this open, and you would press this button here, and you would press it 0.5 seconds quickly to select how much water you want to treat. It goes from 1 liter to 20 liters. So I believe a quart up to 5 gallons. So this is for individual use as well as a group setting, which is pretty neat. So you would have dirty water in a container, so like a water bottle, for instance, and then you would take a little bit of that water and a little bit of salt, like shown on the bottle down here, and you would pour it into this chamber. And it takes anywhere from, I believe, a couple seconds to 5 minutes for about 5 gallons. And once the solution has been created, it's basically kind of creating bleach with this table salt. Then you pour this into whatever container of water that you're trying to purify, and about 30 minutes later, it will be purified. There's some special virus, I believe, that it would actually take a little longer, about 4 hours for the water to be purified. But pretty much all bacteria, virus, different diseases that you could get from water would be eliminated from the water that you just purified. So I really like this because it's solar powered, so renewable energy, as well as salt. You can get salt, very common thing, table salt. Salt can be used for purification or stabilizing food like meat, salt is also, so it's a preservative. It also can just add flavor to food, and it's a very common ingredient to pretty much everything. So that's really cool that you can just take your normal table salt and turn it into a purification solution for water. Now we know during disaster time, a big cause of death is unpurified water. And this just is one of those tools that you can use and use in your day-to-day life if you wanted to. But during those disaster times, that's when this kind of thing comes in handy. So really cool, really neat piece of technology, and honestly not that expensive for what you're getting. So hope you liked that little video. It was very short and sweet. Definitely did not go over everything about water purification, but kind of just the basics and the highlights. So thanks for watching the video, and go ahead and grab one of these. Again, not expensive, and when you need it, you definitely need it. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Comment, like, share, and stop by for the next video. All right, see you guys later.